Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Wanderers Way podcast, the official Bolton Wanderers podcast in association with iHeat, with myself, Derek Clark, and Super John McGinley. How goes it, John?
Good morning, Derek. I'm very well, thanks. Still on a high.
Yeah, you've got a spring in your step this morning, don't you?
Absolutely. It's what a night.
Yeah.
What a night. I mean, wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah. Scotland reaching a World Cup for the first time since you were playing, and you were part of that Scotland squad, of course. So unreal, isn't it? 28 years.
Was it 28 years? Yeah. It's a long time. We've went through some heartbreaks since then, haven't we?
Yeah, not half, yeah.
And it's nice to get one over the line and, look out America, Canada, Mexico.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be prepared for the Tartan invasion.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a cracking guest lined up on this episode, none other than a Bolton boy and boxer Alex Murphy. How's it going, Alex?
Yeah, I'm all good, thank you. Privileged to be here, thanks for having me.
Super Alex Murphy.
Well,
yes.
Yeah, super Alex Murphy, yeah, we've got something in common there, John.
Super, there you go. Top class.
How goes it? How you keeping? You're in training, of course. You got a big fight coming up in January. How's things?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Obviously, good timing to be on here. Recently announced the fight, 24th of January, massive fight, first title fight for me. So, really pleased for that. Training's well underway, and everything's going good. So, just prepping towards that date now.
Yeah, you had the press conference yesterday, wasn't it? How did that go for you? Because quite like watching these sort of things when you're sort of bigging up the fight and you're facing off your opponent.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it was pretty cool from my point of view. There was no pushing and shoving this time, so it was good though. It was fun. It was, I was sat on stage, big Frank behind me. Most of the team are behind me as well, and it was good. Got a good selfie that I posted on me socials. But yeah, no, it was fun. A couple of them kicked off, a couple of the fights, so it should be entertaining. It's a great card, to be honest with you. So I'm really pleased to be on it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to my fight. I've got a good fight as well, so yeah, buzzing. Yeah,
up against Josh Holmes, of course. What are you expecting? Because he's unbeaten so far, isn't he?
Yeah, 17-0. He's got a good record, Josh, on paper. I think he hasn't really stepped up yet, is what I'm sort of seeing into the record. Obviously, like I say, looks very good on paper, but in terms of the fights, he hasn't had the sort of step-ups that I've had. My last few have been real step-ups, been in close fights. My 2 defeats coming in very close fights against, lads who are rated very well and ranked very high as well in the rankings. So, Josh hasn't had them sort of fights, so his 17-0 record doesn't really bother me in that aspect. I feel like I am a better fighter than him, and I've got to go and show that as well in January. So, but I'm pleased. Yeah, training's going well. He's a good opponent, and he'll be a good opponent to beat as well in terms of like when people look at it on paper. I've beat a lad who's 17-0. It looks a lot better for me as well. So yeah, it's good.
What's the title, Alex, you're fighting for?
So it's a Commonwealth Silver. So yeah, it's a good title. I think it's one that React Pros just won actually at the weekend.
Okay.
You win that, and then you go on and look at the British and the actual Commonwealth then. So yeah, it's exciting. Once I win that, it'll put me in good stead then for future fights. Yeah.
I would say any belt you get to put on your mantelpiece is a good one, isn't it?
Well, exactly that. Yeah, that's when you're a kid and you get into boxing, they're what you want, aren't they? Them belts and them titles, and this is my first chance now to get it. So yeah, I'm pleased.
Yeah. And your record, Alex, you're 14-2. Mm-hmm. Obviously the 2 defeats. You were on a long time unbeaten run.
Yeah.
Starting off your career.
Yeah.
Then you had them 2 defeats. Do you think you learned more from the defeats than the victories?
Yeah, so much more. Yeah, so I was 13-0, and then I had my first real step up against Khalil Majid in April at the Co-op. Again, very, very close fight, and I think it was one of them fights. On another day it could have gone to me. It depends what you like. You could watch it 10 times and scored it differently all times. But after watching it back, like I say, I've watched it back a few times, and I can sort of come to the agreement of I can't complain with the result. I personally think that Khalil nicked it by a round. But when you watch it back, from my point of view, because I hadn't been in a fight like that prior, learned so much about myself, about just like tactics, like what I did well, what I need to be improving on, and and went away and did that. And then obviously then the second defeat came to Fiaz. That was at 12 days notice. Obviously I was still training, I was ticking over, but I weren't in like a full training camp. But it was a great opportunity, and it was a fight that we wanted anyway. Like we got offered the fight 6 weeks before the actual date, and we accepted. We went to. I was told it was like a Tuesday morning when we accepted. I was told like, yeah, sound, you'll have the contract through Tuesday night. And Michael Gomez Jr. went on Twitter calling Fiaz out, calling him this and that, and then in the end Fiaz took the Gomez fight, so I missed out. So then I was then just like, well, I've not got a date now, taking over, still waiting for another date. And then 12 days before they were set to fight, Gomez pulled out with an injury, and obviously I was the first one to call them because I was like one of the ones that they come to originally. So I accepted because it was still a fight that I believed I could win. Like I say, we wanted it 6 weeks prior to it, so we took the fight, and still now I believe I won the fight even at 12 days notice. Again, the judges didn't agree. They give it very very similar to the Khalil scorecards. I think one gave it 1 round to him, one gave it 2 rounds to him, one gave it 3 rounds to him. Crazy the 3 rounds to him. I really don't see that, but that was a harder one to take. But again, learned so much about myself. 12 days notice, I could step up to a big platform at the AO in front of thousands on a massive stage in Eddie Earnshaw, and I could perform even like with a drop of a hat. So now this is then obviously after that I had another win, got back out there just in Farnworth, a local fight. A bit of a comeback fight, got back to winning ways, and now this is me time to step up again. But this time I've got a full camp, 12 weeks, and I'm looking forward to it now.
See, when you're still making your way, obviously you've got a pathway and you're making strides towards where you want to be. Yeah. Is it a case of you have to take the fights when they're offered like that, and you don't really want to turn any down because it's putting you in the shop window as such? Yeah,
you do. Because, like. It's the opportunities that you have to take when you're not signed with a big promotion from the start. It's very hard to break out of the small hall circuit without taking them opportunities. So obviously, when the Majid fight came up, that was my chance to get on the big stage. I hadn't done that previously, so it was a fight that we agreed to take. Even though, again, on paper, I think I was ranked 38th in the UK. He was ranked 8th. So you look at it on paper, it's a complete mismatch, but. I believe in my abilities, my team believe in me as well, and we knew I could go and win, and obviously I just fell short. Very close points lost, but I think I proved everyone wrong that day. Like I say, everyone, before that fight, everyone wrote me off. They thought I'd get knocked out in the first couple of rounds, and on paper you can see why, but I know how good I am, and I think I sort of proved that on that day.
See, when you only get 12 days to prepare for a fight, how does that differ from like the fight you're training for at the moment? Do you sort of be ready at all times just in case you get the call?
Yeah, it was hard. I think more mentally than physically, to be honest with you. Because obviously I do this full time as my job, so I'm always training. I'm always in the gym. Again, it's still different though to when you have a date. Like obviously, when you get a date, you normally have like 6, 8, 10, however many weeks to ramp it up, get the sparring sorted. Study your opponent, everything like that, and get into peak fitness. When you don't have a date, you're just ticking over, still sparring, just sort of staying sharp. So. Going into that fight, like I was still fit, but I wouldn't say I was fight fit. Like, I feel like you see that after the 4th or 5th round. Like I got off to a flying start. I think I won every round for first 4, and then started losing my shape. Then started the plan for that fight was keep him long. I was a bigger fighter, and I did exactly that for the first 4, and then 5th round onwards, that's when he started getting close and making it a bit of a fight. And again, no, I think that's just because I wasn't peak fitness. I wasn't fight fit. I couldn't maintain the tactics. I couldn't maintain staying long and keeping them away for that many rounds because I only had 12 days notice. Regardless of staying in the gym, it's a completely different ball game. But mentally was the big thing because one day I'm just like sat on my couch, just comfortable chilling. Next minute I'm fighting at the AO in front of thousands of people, and that you have to process that. When it's such a big stadium fight like that, it takes a while. I'm massive on mindset. I work with mindset coaches and I like having all that time to just sort of process it, but with that one I didn't get the chance, so it was like a rush, but no regrets. I'd take it again in a heartbeat on 12 days notice, and like I say, I learned so much about myself. So
it's a different type of pressure though, because they're taking it such short notice, but you've got so much on the line as well, and like you said, the preparation isn't the same, not as sharp and probably not as fit as you want to be going into that fight. But you must think back, you gave a great account of yourself. You must think if you had the full preparation, things would have been different.
Exactly that, and that's why I kept calling for the rematch afterwards, but I didn't get it. But there was so much pressure going into that fight because I just come off a loss to Khalil, so the plan was to sort of have like a comeback fight, be the home fighter, that was the plan until I got the 12 days notice call up, and I thought. And then when we accepted and we took it, then it was a case of, I can't lose again now because I've already just been beat. I've just suffered my first defeat. Can't have back-to-back defeats. So it was massive pressure on me. But and like I say, it was a shame that he got the win because, like I say, I still don't believe I did it. And everyone who I spoke to who watched the fight, the majority of people don't think I lost either. So it's a tough one to take, but. Obviously after the fight I was calling for a rematch, for a full camp, give me 6 weeks, give me 8 weeks, and be a complete different story. But the smart aren't they, so
you scared them.
But it's funny because I was sat next to Fiaz at the press conference yesterday, and he was like my best mate now, he was dead friendly with me, but I think he would have done that mainly just so I didn't call him out on the press conference, which I was never going to do, to be honest, because that's not me. I mean, obviously if it come up and I got asked a question, then I might have said something, but I'm focused on this fight now. I feel like the Fears rematch, I pushed, I didn't get it, so now we've gone into a different direction, fighting for the title now. Once I win this title, then I move up to British and Commonwealth. So sort of Fiaz is in the past now. So I'm fine when I've come to the acceptance of I don't need to fight him anymore. And plus he's moved down in weight. So as long as he stays down at super featherweight and he's not in my weight at lightweight, then you can't really say anything. But as soon as he moves up, then he's got no excuses.
See, give us some insight into your training camp then. How sort of intense is that?
It's very intense. It's just saying then before we started, five days a week at the minute. 3 spars. I'm massive on my recovery, so I like having me 2 rest days. I do them on a Wednesday and a Saturday, obviously Saturday so I can follow Bolton. But Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday and Sunday, like when I train, I train hard. Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays twice, like mornings and nights. Friday and Sundays is just like Friday's a couple hours in the morning and then Friday's just an hour in the morning. But very intense. Obviously the sparring is hard. At the minute I'm doing 8 round spars every time, and I'm doing them 3 times a week, and then they'll get up to 10 rounds in a few weeks, and then they'll get up to 12 round spars after that, and then they taper back down to 10 rounders. But when you got in, they're never easy spars really either. You the stuff that you're working on, obviously mentally, physically, it's fatiguing. So coming out of it and I'm knackered, I'm going home to the missus and I just want to sleep. You know what I mean? It's like, what's the matter with you? And I'm like, nothing, just leave me home. I've just sparred this today, you know what I mean? But but it is fun though. I enjoy doing it. Like this is what I love, and I enjoy sparring every time I go to training. Like even if I've sparred in the morning, I go back to training at night. I think, I wonder if I'll spar again tonight. but obviously I don't. I can't spar too much. You don't want to overtrain. But I do love it though.
Is that the hardest part of your training, sparring?
Sparring, I'd say so. Along with making weight, making weight's obviously hard, but in terms of physically, like sparring is probably the hardest. Pad work is quite hard because obviously it's intense and I don't really enjoy it as much. But like the sparring, although it's hard, like I love it, I enjoy that. So I would say it is harder. You get more of a sweat on. You definitely work a lot harder in sparring than you do pad work. But I choose sparring over pad work any day.
See, you're full on sparring. Do you fight guys at different weights, obviously above you and etc., so they're bigger and stronger, so that they're testing you all the time?
Yeah, exactly that. So you've got to mix it up really. You got to spar obviously the heavier guys. So you're feeling the strength, like things like when you're in the clinch and they're putting all the weight on you, and you've got to sort of use your speed and not get involved because they are bigger and more powerful. But then at the same time, it's then good to spar the smaller guys because they're quick, you know what I mean, like little whippets, and they're in and out, and if you can catch them, then you'll be able to catch someone at your own weight. So yeah, you've got to mix it up really, and then obviously you tend to spar people like your own weight as well. But yeah, you just got to mix it really.
And different styles, obviously, southpaw, orthodox.
Exactly that. Yeah, all different styles, but like I say, obviously when you get an opponent, then that's when you can really tailor your sparring and find like similar people similar sizes, people who like depends obviously on the stance, if they're orthodox or southpaw, and you pick your sparring for that. So yeah, it really all depends on your opponent, but I've got some good sparring partners this camp, and we're going over to New York as well to finish the training sparring over there, so we know them spars are going to be good as well, so it's all looking good for the January.
I've seen you've been abroad on a few camps, haven't you?
Yeah.
Is it New York now? Is this the destination? Is this the one you prefer going to? Yeah,
so this will be the second time in New York now. I went sparring there, I think it was 2 years ago. Loved it there, such a good place. And my coach Brian, he loves New York, that's his favourite place as well. So obviously it's just it's expensive to get there, and it takes a while, doesn't it? So it's not just somewhere you can just go all the time. But like we're planning on trying to do it, at least once a year. And we booked it before this fight had even been announced, so it just landed perfect really. Yeah. But yeah, I enjoy going out abroad. Like I prefer hot countries. Obviously, it's going to be freezing in January in New York. Yeah, gonna have to wrap
cold
up
in this room.
Yeah. Seriously.
But,
thanks, Marcus.
But I prefer going to hot countries than doing some hot weather training. That's what I like.
Yeah. Well, actually, Marcus was thinking ahead, and we tried to condition this room for you going to New York. But it'll be minus 20. So Marcus has done the trick for you today.
Well done, Marcus. I was going to ask as well. You mentioned there the sort of training camps and how tough the sparring is, and you mentioned making weight. Have you had any? Because you hear boxers going to extreme lengths to make weight. Have you had any extreme?
Yeah, no. To be honest, I'm very good with my weight. To be honest, obviously the Fiaz fight, the 12 days notice one was the first like real eye opener of properly making weight for me. I had, I think it was 7 kilos to shift in 11 days for the weigh-in, and that was hard. Hot baths, sweat sessions. So we were put up in the Kimpton Hotel in Manchester. And so I have a nutritionist, Pete Bell, who obviously deals with all my nutrition, and sort of he takes care of me making the weight. So he stayed over with us the night before making weight. The night before the weigh-in. So like the night before, we had to go into the gym. We were still like a couple of kilos over, so we had to go into the gym. Hoodies, jumpers, bit of a sweat session, 30 minutes on the treadmill, like the bike, just sweating it all out. And then like in the morning up at 7 before the weigh-in, hot bath, and again just sweat it all out, just get them last little bits out, and weigh in, and I made weight. But well, I say I made weight bang on. I did. So the weight was 135 pounds, right? Now what came in at 135 pounds and 1 ounce, right? An ounce over, it's like 25 grams or something. It's absolutely nothing. And Fiaz's manager was in the same room with me. Like obviously he was watching the weigh-in, and anyway, so I come over an ounce over, and he's like, "Got to take your boxers off now." And I'm like, "Are you serious?" Like 11 days notice, and like I'm an ounce overweight, and you're gonna make me take the boxers off? Yeah, the rules, like you got. So I was like, "Oh my god, you got to be joking, aren't you?" So I had to go get the towel, and had to whip my kecks off, and anyway, we weighed Starkers, and I was bang on 135 pounds. But I thought, the mind game started straight away, just for that. But it was funny. But I made weight well. But obviously that was a sort of severe case, because I had only had 11 days to make the weight to get 7 kilos off, whereas like normally when I've got the 6, 8, however many weeks to do it, and I can do it a lot comfortably. Yeah, but like you see like Chris Eubank Jr. He puts the videos on, and like some of them are very
It's
extreme,
nuts.
and I just think it can't be good in the long run, can it? So yeah, I try to avoid it at all costs.
You must look back at that though, Alex, and think, I mean, that's bound to sap your strength, especially later on in a fight. You know, you're bound to run out of steam at times because you've lost it, haven't you, so quickly.
Yeah, exactly. I can imagine you just feel flat. And I remember my 6th fight. It was my first 6 rounder, and I was I was supposed to be. I was weighing in on the day. I didn't get a day before weighing. Supposed to be weighing in on the day, and the weight was, I think it was 62.5 kilo. I was told. This is off my old manager at the time. Changed managers now, but off my old manager 62 kilo. So I was like, yeah, sound. So I was on weight to make it 62, and then. I think it was a few days before he said to me, "Oh yeah, no, it's 61.2," and so I was like, "No point." So, but I was set to. But bear in mind, we're weighing in at 5 o'clock. I'll be in the evening. I'll be fighting about 9 o'clock. So you don't have any time to rehydrate or anything like that. So I remember like ringing my nutritionist and then saying, "Listen, I've got to get near enough another kilo off. Hey, do you think we'll be able to do it?" And he said, "Well, you'll be able to do it, but you might be a bit flat. Like it's up to you." So I said, "Well, I've got no choice. I'm going to have to do it." So anyway, we did it, and then like we had a few hours, just a little window to sort of rehydrate. But I remember, mate, from the first round, come back to my corner after the first round, and I was just so flat. I was so exhausted, and it's daft because it's like you do all that training. Like obviously I was so fit. I was like 6 to 8 weeks of really hard training. So I know I'm peak fitness, but then because then you mess up on the weight, come back after the first round and you feel exhausted as if you're really unfit. That was, but I still ended up winning. Managed to win. I think I won by a point. But I remember that sort of scenario, and I just thought I never want to do anything like that again. And luckily, like I've never had to. It's not too bad, obviously. When you have the day before, you have like 30 odd hours to rehydrate, so you are fine. But I think it's no good for your performance. Like there's a saying, obviously, making weight's one thing, but being able to perform at a weight's a different thing. So you've got to sort of be careful with how low you go.
Always, what you mentioned, that you love boxing. But when was it you decided to become a boxer? Do you always sort of love it? Do you have any sort of? Is there any earliest memories of watching guys on TV or anything like that?
Not really. It's funny because I never actually chose boxing. Like I always say, like boxing chose me really, because I started playing football when I was 6, and this is how I got into boxing. So when I was 8, one of the players, his dad had his own gym in Bolton actually, and he took the old team down just for fitness, just to supplement the football. So it wasn't something I asked to do. It was just sort of I just went with the team, and we did a little bit of boxing. It was just once a week, and I stuck at that for 2 years, and so until I was 10. And I think obviously I fell in love with it when I started. I enjoyed it. I was no good, but I enjoyed it, learning something new. And I think a bit of street cred as well, going into school saying I'm a boxer, and then when I was 10, that gym shut down, and obviously I'm from Salford, Eccles, and my mum was walking home from work one day, and she just saw a leaflet in one of the windows, new gym opening, Eccles Boxing School. So it was like, oh well. So she brought it home. She was like, well, your boxing gym's closed down, but this one's opening. It's only like round the corner. It was 5-10 minutes away. So she's like, do you want to go? So I said, yeah, go on then. We'll go. And I went, and it's a gym I'm still at now. So it's like 14 years later, and I'm still there. I had all my amateur fights there. I had all my pro fights there. So like I say, it's like fate. So yeah, it was mint.
Class. That's superb. And you mentioned your coach as well. Has he been a big sort of inspiration? Has he helped you reach to the stage you're at now?
Yeah, massive. Bryce, I'd say Bryce taught me everything really. Because like I say, I'd done it for 2 years prior, but it was just once a week, and it was more just fitness. When I went to Brian at the age of 10, I'd never really done any sparring or anything like that. So when I got there, I remember saying, I've done a little bit before, I know my basics and everything, can I spar? And he said, well, listen, this is your first session, so like I'll watch you, and if I think you can spar, then you can spar. So I was like, okay. And then anyway, at the end of the session, he said, right, come back tomorrow and I'll have you sparring. So I was like, yes, buzzing. So I went home buzzing, like, all ready for the next day, and then went in the next day. And his son, Baylor, he was a boxer as well. He's stopped now. Same age as me, Baylor. He's one of my mates now, but at the time he was top dog. He was like a coach's son, and he was very good as well, unbelievably talented. And so Brian goes, right, I'll put you in with Baylor, and he levered me all over the place. But then I went back the next day, and he did the same with me. And then ever since the weeks went on, I was getting better and better, and then the beating stopped and started turning the tide. But obviously, I've been with Bri for so long, 14 years. He's like a second dad, really. It's not like you build that bond. Like sometimes I'm at the gym more than I was at home. So he's like a mentor and a role model, really, as well as just a coach. But
yeah, class. And you mentioned there a big fight in January. What's the long term aspirations then, Alex? You want to have sort of world title fights, that sort of thing?
Yeah, exactly that. Really, I've got 3 goals really. One of them is become a world champion. Like that was the one that I set out from the very start. Another one is fight here on the pitch in Bolton. Nobody's done it. They obviously Khan came through, didn't he? But he never fought on the pitch. And then the final goal will be headline in Vegas. That's I think once I do them 3, I can be like, right, I'm done. I'm getting out.
I remember I came to one of your earlier fights.
Yep.
In the Premier Suite.
Yeah.
The one thing that stuck out, what a following you've got, Bolton fans. They follow you everywhere, don't they?
Yeah. It's massive. It's been from the very start. To be fair, from my debut, I think I sold like 250 tickets for my debut. And it's just grown and grown.
Yeah.
And then obviously, the Bolton fans are getting behind me now and coming. A lot of them are coming to the fights, and it's meant because when I'm in there, like they're all very noisy as well. They love the chanting my name, and like when I'm in there, though, I hear it. You know what I mean? And it spurs me on. Like I remember the Majid fight at the Co-op. Honestly, I get goosebumps when I watch it, and I'll never forget this. But like when I was in the ring, they were announcing my name, and I could hear there's only one Alex Murphy over the announcer, and I was just thinking, wow, this is special. Yeah, so good. So yeah, I'm very grateful for my support. I love them all. I don't see them as fans. I see them as friends. And they all know that as well. So it goes a long way, the support.
Well, it does. It's a two-way street, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you give back to them as well.
Yeah.
But it's, you started here. What were you, 4 years of age when you first came in into the stadium?
Yeah, that's it. My first game, I was 4 years old. Obviously, my dad's been a lifelong Bolton fan, and I think my mum gave him the green light to bring me at the age of 4, so he did, and we've been here ever since. Got a season ticket behind the goal. I was just saying then, like, we've never changed. Like, we've been there ever since. Keep renewing there. But yeah, so I've been here for a while now. But so it's meant to have links with the club now. Obviously, fight at the club in the Premier Suite. But like getting the fight on the pitch would be special. Not only for me, but for my dad. Like I can see how buzzing it makes my dad. Obviously, going to games and like people coming up asking for photos. Like my dad's loving it. He's sat there all smug. But it's good for him. But like, I remember going on the pitch at half time, and I brought my dad with me. My dad stayed at the touchline with me, and like the big smile on his face was mint. So it was good to see. So. It's nice. It's nice to do all that.
I think that next fight, when you win that belt, will get you on the pitch at half time again with the belt.
Exactly that. Yeah, I've already thought stuff like this. Like I do a lot of like visionary, like imagination, and like the amount of times I've visioned myself winning the belt, and that's one of the things I've visioned as well. Coming on the pitch and walking around the pitch with a belt, I've already visioned that. So something we'll do definitely. Yeah.
We share memories then of watching Wanderers. We'll talk about this season as well, but in terms of growing up watching the club, what's your sort of standout memories for you?
Well, one of my favourite memories was Anfield away in the cup. Obviously, there's loads from an early age. Watching highlights, like my favourite player growing up, Kevin Davis. You got Chung Yong Lee, Stuart Holden, like all them players are my like classics in my head. But yeah, one of my favourite memories was Anfield Dream in the cup, didn't we? drew 0-0 at their place and came back here. I think
Coutinho?
Ida Johnson. We went 1-0 up, didn't we? 1-0 scored a penalty, didn't we? And then he brought Coutinho on, didn't he, in like the 84th minute, and he just scored 2 passes, so it was heartbreaking. But you know what a time that was. You know, it was great. So that was one of my biggest memories. But I followed Bolton a lot away, and I think they're my favourite memories, going to the away games.
Yeah,
I think also the case, Alex. I mean, knowing that you're a die-hard Bolton fan, that's why the fans, you know, they've taken you on as one of their own, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly that. You know, they all see me, don't they? Like, obviously here at the home games, and then, you know, they see me at the away games, and then when I'm doing well, like, away from the club in my career, they tend to just see me as one of their own, I suppose, and they want to support me. So you know, obviously I'm grateful for that. It's always good interacting with them as well at the games and speaking to them, because they're all dead fascinated, aren't they? So, you know, it's nice for people to be interested in me. Like, I still find that pretty pretty fascinating. And mad myself, like, people are interested in me. So I suppose it's just I'm doing well in my career, and people want to support that, so it's nice.
And it's only going to grow, but they're interested in you, Alex, because you're genuine. You know, we've had a lot of, probably, let's say, celebrity boxers, etc. that maybe they've said they support Bolton, but they don't really support Bolton. Do you know what I mean? So to get somebody who's genuine, that's why. Yeah,
exactly. Because I think, I mean, obviously, you look at boxing, and you look at some boxers who have massive football fan bases. You look at, like, Nathan Heaney, for instance. He's on the show as well on the 24th of Jan. You know, he's a diehard Stoke fan, and you get Josh Warrington. He's the same with Leeds, and they all get behind him because, like I say, they see him week in, week out at football. They interact with him, they speak to him. But like you say, you do. Then so like, boxers will see that, and then they think, right, well, all I've got to do now is just attach myself to a club. But if you don't actually support that club, you get found out. You can see through it. So it's good to you know, I am an actual fan. I was a fan before I was a boxer, so, you know, now I'm a boxer, and you know, people can see that, so it's good. Yeah,
it's absolutely brilliant. And of course, you mentioned there, touch on some of your favourite Bolton memories this season. You've been in a few away ends, haven't you? I've seen you were at Huddersfield, weren't you? That game, which was bonkers, wasn't it?
Yeah, you know, away games don't get much better than that, did they? That Huddersfield one. It was class, on it. You know, I'm gonna have to say it. Cozy Dubry is so special. Watching him. What a player! What a class player! And you know, it wasn't long ago. I think it was like last season or the season before. I was saying to my dad when we was watching, I was saying, like, you know, we've got a decent team, but we don't really have any players who can change the game. And then, you know, you look at the season, you've got plenty of players that can do that. Dubry obviously being a standout, but then, you know, Burstow, even Gale, like some of the players we've got. It's exciting to watch, isn't it? So we seem to be doing well at the minute this season. So I enjoy watching, and obviously try and get to as many of the away games as I can, and following us as well. So it's just something I enjoy doing.
There's been a few good times, isn't there? Right where you sit as well, up behind, you're sitting right behind that goal. There's been a few exciting endings, hasn't there?
Exactly, there has. We seem to be doing it late, don't we? You know, so far this season. It was Cardiff. It was Cardiff, wasn't it?
Cardiff,
and that was obviously where we was just behind the goal. So it's good, and that's why you should never leave early. You get like, a couple of my mates who I see at the games, and then I'll be texting them after it, saying, "Oh, did you see that?" Like, "Oh, I know, I left early." I'm like, "This is why you don't leave early."
You know what? That's exactly it. And the amount of people that did leave, but they won't admit it.
There'll be loads, don't they? They'll watch the goal on YouTube and say,
I was there.
Remember it.
Good one.
Well, but like I say, we seem to be doing well this season, and you know, if we can get up, that'd be great. We've had enough tries at it, haven't we? So
do you think the squad, from what you've seen this season, are good enough to do the business this year?
100% more than good enough. I think we've got a great squad at the minute. It's just a shame some of them are on loan, aren't they? And they'll be going back.
Never fall in love with a loan player, is what they say.
They say that, don't they?
How can you not fall in love?
I know.
Fell in love immediately, like Barrow, I think. First time I've seen him.
That's it.
We had it with Traff and Bradley, didn't we? But, so it's one of them. It's a shame when they go back, but you know, you've got to make the most of them while they're here, haven't you?
Alex, all you can do is, I mean, listen, we're blessed to have goes to Dewberry and Mason Burstow.
Yeah.
You know, and you look at it, and the reason you fall in love with them is because they're doing well for you.
Yeah.
And that's all you can ask.
Yeah.
So, you know, they've just got to keep doing it.
Yeah.
And we'll always love them.
Exactly. And as fans, you know, we've got to sort of cherish these games and these times while they're, you know, just enjoy them. Just enjoy them. But this is the thing. I think obviously if they can help us get up, and you know, then we bring in permanent players then who are just as good. Then you know, it's our chance to build now, isn't it? So, you know, hopefully we can do that this season. But it's a tough league though.
So it's not easy to get off. Do you get any messages for any of the players or any Bolton ex-players or anything?
Yeah, I've got a few of them who support and follow on Instagram. Dempsey follows me. Marley's been to a couple of the fights, and he's always supporting. I've got to give a shout out to his dad as well, Paul. He sorts me out a lot on some of the away games when I miss out on tickets. If he can't go, he'll give me a couple of his tickets. So big up Paul for that. But, it's always good. Trafford, when Trafford's there. I met him a good few times, and he was always fascinated with the boxing. He liked the boxing, and again he follows me and keeps up with how I get on. So it's good to interact with the players, because obviously it's like I'm in awe with them. Like I'm just a fan, just like everyone else. And you know, when they're interested in me as well, it takes me back a bit, but you know, it's good.
Yeah, and you've got the Bolton badge on your boots, don't you?
Of course, yeah, on the boots, on the shorts, and it's on the ring jacket as well. Yeah. It's all over. Bolton are, you know, a big part of who I am, big part of my personality. Like I say, I've been coming here since the age of 4, so I feel like I like showing Bolton off, and everyone who knows me knows I'm a Bolton fan, whether they take the mick out of it or not. But I like representing Bolton. And I know Sharon well as well. I've met Sharon a few times. She's been to my fights as well, and she always supports me. So it's good to have that connection with Bolton. And like I say, I'll fly the flag in the boxing world for them. Yeah, magic. And that fight in January, of course, you were hoping that I'm sure that you don't need to big up any way, shape or form to your fans, but they'll be supporting you in their numbers again, I'd imagine. Yeah. You know, there's loads of them. I've put me ticket allocation in. I think I've just put a ticket allocation of 260 in, but like they're going to fly out straight away then. So I'm hoping I'll be able to get more once I sell them. But to be honest, I think the show's going to sell out. Like you say, the show sells itself. Obviously, everyone wants to see Moses Atuma headline. He's going to be the next big thing in the heavyweight division, isn't he? And even the other fights are all good 50-50 fights. Like you get your money's worth as a fan, and part of me thinks it's a shame that I'm boxing on it, because I'd like to just sit on the couch and watch. Like after my fight, I'll be straight there watching all the rest of them. But
so see your tickets. So obviously you said you've got 260 allocated to you. Yeah. They'll all be in the same bit, I take it.
So different sections, because obviously with a co-op it's tiered seating, isn't it? So it's all different sections. So like you have different tickets. You've got like £40, 55, 65s, like goes up to £150, and then you got the VIP, which is £500, which I think is crazy. But obviously I put the feelers out when I got the announcement, and like the regular supporters who come to all the fights, like I'll message them, see which ones they fancy. So I've just got to sort of put a rough order in of all the different tiers, because obviously everyone's not gonna pay the same. But the most popular one for me is the £75 seat. So I think I ordered just over 100 of them. The majority will be in that section, but they'll be dotted all over the stadium, to be fair.
And if people, how do they get their tickets? And do they get in touch with you? Do they go on the website? How do you get their tickets? Yeah,
they can get in touch with me. Obviously on my social media. I sell them personally. And they just tell me which seats you want. Obviously I'll reserve them for them, send the money, and then we'll get them posted or get them dropped off. I prefer dropping them off, to be fair. And a lot of them with the Bolton fans, it's easy, because obviously I'll come to the games. I can just meet them in the fan zone, or meet them before the game. So it's pretty straightforward to do. But like now I'm sort of growing a little bit and getting on these bigger shows. Like I'm getting messages from Scotland. I'm getting messages from all over. So I'm like, right, I'm gonna have to post them. I'm not driving there.
And of course, you were saying earlier, your dad's hails from Scotland.
Yeah,
part Scottish.
He was born in Glasgow. John smiled there. He was born in Glasgow. Obviously, he moved to Eccles, Salford when he was 4. and he moved to Bolton when he was 18, and that's when he started following Bolton, and then when he lived there, and then moved back to Eccles in Salford when he was 30, and that's when he had me. And yes, that's where I'm from, Eccles, but obviously, you know, he brought me watching Bolton, so and I'm glad he did. But it was hard work in school. All my mates being United fans, obviously being from Salford.
Well, fair play to you.
Growing up in Salford, all my mates being Reds, and it just made me hate them even more.
That's probably, I mean, seriously though, that's probably a good thing for yourself.
Yeah.
Because mentally you've had to be strong, haven't you,
Well,
from a young age?
Getting bullied all the time. The football team I support, it's not been nice.
You're getting your rewards now though. You'll get your rewards this season.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, when we go up, and but it's funny because even like when we went to Wembley and we beat like Plymouth 4-0, the amount of like mates United fans texting me, oh that's good mate, well done, have a good day and all that. I think you were taking a mick out of me years ago when I was in school for supporting these, but yeah, I mean any football club though, you have your good days and your bad days, don't you? But it's quite funny with me because obviously when my dad like first started bringing me, we were in the Prem, you know, finishing Europa League, and you know, we was up there, we were a top team, and unfortunately, I've just followed him and watched us go all the way down to League Two. But you know, hopefully we can build on that now, get out of League One, back in the Championship, and then you just never know. I mean, I hope, I do pray that we'll get back into the Premier League whilst I'm still watching us, but we'll just have to see.
No, there's good times ahead. There's no doubt about that. You get that feel. You must feel it yourself, being in amongst the fans at games and stuff. There's a different vibe in the club at this moment in time.
Yeah.
You know, everything's positive. Everything's right. As you said, exciting football to watch. We're playing with wingers again. We're using the width of the pitch.
Yeah.
And it's just great to watch. It really is.
Yeah.
Everything seems to be, like you just said, though, positive as well. Like the football we're playing. I feel like sometimes under Everett we'd go 1-0 up and then it just go defensive, and as a fan watching it, it's not what you want to see. You know, now I feel like under Schumacher he's more positive, and he'll bring, even if we're 1-0 up, he'll bring on another striker, and that's what we like. We enjoy attacking football, and even if we lose, like if we've played well and you can see, you know, we're constantly attacking and creating goals, creating chances. We don't mind if you lose, but you play well. Sometimes when you play negative, and it's like, you've got to come watching this every week, and
it becomes a chore, doesn't it?
It does. It really does.
And it's, you come because you have to come. That's the way you feel. You know, there's times where you think, but you've got to come.
Exactly that. But like I say, we don't feel that now this season. It's so enjoyable coming here every week. Like, throughout the week, you're counting down the days, aren't you, to get here? And it's good. It's good, and hopefully that'll continue for the rest of the season, and we can go up and push from there. But I'll tell you what, the buzz that we'll have in the club if we do get over.
Oh yeah, it'd be huge.
I think you just said it there, you know, the buzz you get, because as soon as the game's over now, you're looking forward to the next one, aren't you?
Exactly.
And people are bouncing into the stadium, and I think you can see they're getting in earlier and earlier as well. Do you know what I mean? And they're starting to create that atmosphere like we used to have. It's just a good time at the moment.
More and more coming as well. What is it? Bradford, 25,000. It's like, that's class, isn't it? It's going to be some atmosphere there. So, looking forward to that.
And I think even that's going to grow. It's going to become the norm.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the more people, there's been people out there that have fallen out of love with the club, due to circumstances in recent times, owners, etc. But now they're falling back into love with the club, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
So, no, it's just, we just got to keep it. We've got to show some consistency now, that's it.
Yeah.
We've seen it, now we've got to keep doing it.
But like we said though, I think like we've found a bit of like form now. I feel like the team's gelled well, because obviously don't forget it's a new team, new set of players. That's going to take time to adapt and bond, and I feel like they've done that like pretty early, haven't they, on in the season? So we've still got ages to go, and you know, hopefully they'll carry on working well together, and we'll keep getting the results.
Yeah, spot on. Before we go, folks, Alex has very kindly signed these wonderful pictures. I think we've got 3 here. John's already nabbed one for himself, but we're going to give these 3 away. So if you want to win one of these, all you have to answer a question, if you're watching us on YouTube, is who is Alex's next opponent, and make sure you subscribe to the channel as well to be in a chance with winning one of these wonderful pictures. Alex, all the best with your fight in January, and thank you very much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for coming in, Alex, and as he says, good luck for the fight, and keep supporting the boys out here.
Definitely will be. Yeah, thank you.
Wanderers Way, the official podcast of Bolton Wanderers Football Club in association with iHeat.